Excellent. Now let's talk about the market research strategy. Now we all know we have run through what this case study is all about. We have run through what market research means. We have run through the various complements of the edifice of this case study, which was largely devoted towards understanding the company and its existentialist ethos, right? And we are sure about what it wants to happen as part of its core and collateral objectives. So accordingly, we are going to be talking about a market research strategy now. We're all aware that this group has decided to conduct a market segmentation research exercise to facilitate what we know it now, right? The launch of 10 new models in 2019 across key vehicle marks has also accomplished the following revenue and sales figures post the introduction of these new models in the three upcoming fiscals 2019, 20, and 21. We know that it wants to hit a 200 billion euro revenue generation mark. It wants to sort of spike its EBIT up to 19 billion euros, have a net profit spike to 14 billion euros, and a dividend enhancement to 6.5 euros per share, so that it exceeds the 6 billion euro payout in the coming years. So accordingly, it needs to go for a triad of activities, which in itself will be a composite market research strategy enunciation and execution. It needs to go for a market research strategy formulation. Now we know it is already decided about the research, fine. So the strategy formulation has to enunciate every aspect on an eagle's eye view perspective kind of a situation about this entire ethos. And then the teams which will be involved in deploying these tactics, they'll have to go for a market research tactical enunciation. And finally, the actual operational execution has to be scripted and mapped. And all this will require a lot of brainstorming. All this will require a lot of analysis. All this is going to require a lot of inputs from various quarters within and without the company. Fine. And since they're going to be deploying an external consultancy for doing it, so a lot of synergizing will have to happen so that the consultancy is, on the same platform, on the same plan as this company leadership, as it wants to be doling out the stuff in an extensively, a dedicated manner, so that there's a timeline appreciation when it comes to the time and space continuums for the formulation, the consensus, the communication, and the actual execution of this strategy. So in short, it has to create a market research plan and execute it for the realization of the captioned objectives. Fine. So this is a basic grounding for crafting a market research strategy. Normally what happens, I could have straight away jumped up, after the objective of this, without describing the company, without giving you a briefing, without building the edifice, without sort of upping the ante, so to say, about this case study. But now you're extensively well acquainted with the entire dynamic of whatever we have been or we are further going to be discussing in this case study, right? So we'll have to move on to the pre-market research ethos before the actual market research exercise happens, and there are areas to be covered under the pre and the post, and of course during the market research exercise too. So I'll be running you through them. You'll understand the bandwidth of the activities, the strategizing, the tactical enunciation, the operational execution, the focus, the attention paid to details, which really resulted in this massive success, which was the realization, the materialization of almost all the core and collateral objectives that the company went out to fulfill post the execution of this market research segmentation exercise. Fine. So we'll be running you through that after this. So wait it out. And in the meanwhile, you can grab yourself a fresh coffee. Yeah, that's needed, I believe. Thank you.